Today's lesson objective, students write and graph equations of lines. So we have some more review here from Algebra 1. First of all, the slope-intercept form for a line is y equals mx plus b. M stands for the slope, and b stands for the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. The point slope form, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. In that case, m is still the slope. And x sub 1, y sub 1 is a point on the line. And then standard form, ax plus by equals c. With standard form, that means that a, b, and c are all integers. Okay, so if you want to write the equation of a line and they give you a graph, it's not too complicated. First you figure out the slope, which is rise over run. So I look over here, going from this point to the 0.03 to 2, negative 1. My rise, I'm actually going down 4, and then my run is in the positive 2 direction. So the slope is negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. Then to find the y-intercept, I just look and see, okay, where does it cross the y-axis? The value of y there is 3, so b would be equal to 3. And then you just plug those values into y equals mx plus b. So in this case, y equals negative 2, x plus 3. And that would be the equation of the line given in the graph. So on your own, I want you to try and write the equation of the line given, find the slope and the y-intercept, and then put it in slope-intercept form. Pause the video now. Okay, so you can see that the rise over the run is 2/3, so the slope is 2/3, and it crosses the y-axis at negative 4. Therefore, your equation is y equals 2/3 x minus 4. If you want to write an equation of a line that goes through a point and is parallel to another line, what you have to remember is that parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. So we don't care about this negative 1. That doesn't tell us anything. What we really need is to know the original slope. So the slope of the original line was 2. So m is going to equal 2. And then you can use point slope form and solve for y. So point slope form, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So my point, 1, negative 1, that's my x sub 1, y sub 1. So y minus negative 1 becomes plus 1, because minus and negative is positive. My slope was positive 2, and then I have x minus 1 in the second, or in the parentheses. So then distributing, I get y plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 2. Subtract the 1 from both sides, and I get y is equal to 2x minus 3. And so that's the equation of the line that's parallel to the given line that goes through point 1, negative 1. So on your own, I want you to try this problem. We're going to write the equation of the line parallel to y equals 5x plus 10, and it goes through the point 4, 5. Pause the video and try it on your own. Okay, so when you solve that, the slope was 5, the point was 4, 5. You plug it into the point slope form, y minus 5 equals 5 times the quantity x minus 4. Get y alone, and you should have ended up with y equals 5x minus 15. All right, we've got another example here. We're going to write the equation of line J that passes through the point 3, 2, but this time it's perpendicular to line K and has the equation y equals negative 3x plus 1. So our original slope is negative 3, but because it's perpendicular, I have to take the opposite reciprocal. So this perpendicular slope is going to be a positive 1/3. And then your x sub 1, y sub 1, in this case is 3, 2. So plugging it into the point slope form, y minus 2 equals 1/3 times x minus 3. If I distribute the 1/3, I get 1/3 x minus 1, and then adding 2 to both sides, I get that y is equal to 1/3 x plus 1. Okay, so on your whiteboards, I want you to write the equation of the line that is perpendicular to y equals 2x minus 5 and goes through the point 2, negative 1. So first think about what the perpendicular slope is going to be. Should get negative 1/2. And now solve for y using point slope. Pause the video now. Okay, so when you solved it, you should have ended up with y equals negative 1/2 x. I'll give you one more to practice on here. We're going to write the equation of a line perpendicular to y equals x minus 6 and goes through the point negative 1, 2. So when there is nothing in front of the x, what do you have to assume is there? You assume that there is a 1. And if I want to take the opposite reciprocal of that, well, 1/1, when you flip it over, it's still just 1/1, which equals 1. But then we have to make it the opposite, so the perpendicular slope would be negative 1. So now finish figuring out the equation of the line. Pause the video now. Okay, so you would plug it into point slope, y minus 2 equals negative 1 times the quantity x plus 1, and when you get y alone, you should have gotten y equals negative x plus 1. All right, next thing we're going to look at is graphing a line when the equation is in standard form. So we've got 2x plus 3y equals 6. So the easiest way to do these, you could rearrange it, get the y alone, and use y equals mx plus b. But when they give you nice even integers that divide evenly, this is going to be a lot quicker if you make yourself a little table to find the x and y intercepts. So you figure out the value of x when y is 0 and the value of y when x is 0. So if I make y 0, then the 3y just goes away. I'm left with 2x equal to 6, and so x would have to equal 3. And then you do the same thing to figure out the y-intercept. Then 2 times 0 is 0, the 2x goes away. You have 3y equals 6, so y would equal 2. So now you have 2 points on that line that you can just plot. I go to the point 3, 0, and 0, 2, and then just draw a line between them. And that would be the graph of the line using the x and y intercepts. So I want you to do one on your own, on your whiteboards, or on your papers at home. Go ahead and graph Negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 12. Pause the video now. Okay, so you should have gotten 4, 0 as your x-intercept and 0, negative 3 for your y-intercept. Plot those points and draw the line, and hopefully your graph looks somewhat like mine. That concludes this video. Thank you.